Derrick Adams. I'm a multidisciplinary artist, living and working in Brooklyn. I have many influences for my work. Jacob Lawrence and Bell Hooks being two major influences. Jacob Lawrence is one of the reasons I moved to New York. I had to do a book report at a junior college I was attending one semester, and I discovered the book of Jacob Lawrence in the public library. And I saw that he also taught at Pratt, which was a school in Brooklyn and Fort Greene. And so I immediately applied to Pratt from the school I was attending. And that's how I really got to know Brooklyn more. I'm originally from Baltimore, but when I got off the train at BKLYN for the first time, when I had my portfolio review at Pratt, I got off and it was like the precinct was here, the housing projects was there, the school was there. I was like, I love this place. I'm moving here. I had the benefit of kind of being in New York, and one thing that I really enjoyed mostly is having jobs that were not necessarily creative jobs in areas that were not necessarily about being an artist. And I use those experiences to influence the art I make, because I think that's what makes the experiences more interesting. I'm fortunate enough that I have a studio, and the city kind of shut down for a little bit. And one thing that I was really focused on doing during this time is supporting other artists who didn't have a studio, who couldn't pay for their rent, who, you know, I've been buying work from different artists. I felt like that was my contribution, and I feel like artists kind of want that. They want to be able to keep making art. Well, the best advice that was given to me as a younger artist is when I met Elizabeth Catlett in her show at the museum in Baltimore, at Morgan State College Museum. And she was signing books. And of course, I did not have money to buy a book. But I had a brochure from the show. And I remember I came to her and I asked her, would she sign the brochure? And she says, honey, I'm not signing brochures, only books. Then I asked her what advice would she give a young artist? And she says, to make work every day. Like, duh. Like, of course, I make work every day. But now I realize that she's saying, regardless of what's going on in the world, continue on your journey and focus on your practice. So right now I'm working on a series that I started a couple years ago called Beauty World, which is influenced by the beauty supply shops in most urban neighborhoods, and using references from photographs I've taken not only in Brooklyn, but in London, in Paris. Everywhere I go, I look for those neighborhoods and I look at those beauty supply shops and I see like what the presentation is in the window, and I also notice who's actually working in the shops. And a lot of the people who are working in the shops are usually black, even if it's not owned by a black person. Those things are like, for me, I feel are a direct influence from that for this particular work that I've been doing. What I love about Brooklyn is I've always felt like it was home. As I became more familiar with the neighborhood, it was an amazing space, almost like a black utopian world. You know, you'll be in the diner and you would see like Rosie Perez, Chris Rock would be at the diner having Mike's Diner. You would go to Fulton and go to Moshu. They would have these big runway shows down Fulton. And it was just this type of place where if you came from somewhere else and you didn't know where you fit in, you knew you fit in there if you were a creative person. And that's how I felt when I first moved here in '93.